and you are lovely, and so we shall. I am wearing Dolce & Gabbana. Wanted to point that out. Check this dress out. Is it not gorgeous? You can purchase it if you would like to at Ava Trudy Virtual Tarot. I will put a link to the eBay feed there. We will be selling some beautiful gowns coming into the holiday season, which I will be wearing. And so that is kind of a lot of fun. All right, let's get right into your reading. First card to come up for you, the card of Charity. Okay, so Taurus, this tells all of us the giving and receiving of gifts and cash and things are in your environment for the month of August. And what a beautiful, beautiful card. And now I've spoken to this before. If your love language has to do with gifts, if that's your love language, and it very well may be, because Taurus is a pentacle and earth sign, you guys are all about things that are tactile. And you love beauty, and you love to know that everything around you is perfectly prepared and perfectly laid out and perfectly planned for. I'm not saying that you have the greatest fashion sense, because there are Taurians out there who they like to have everything in order, but that doesn't mean that they're fashionistas, because they're practical. And their fashion sense may go toward what makes sense for my lifestyle. You know what I mean? A fashionista wouldn't care. You might even say, hey, I would never buy that because I would have to dry clean that, or that's gonna wrinkle, or that type of thing. And that's coming up for me for some reason. It's totally out of left field, but I'm feeling like this has to do with you just kind of helping someone nest, or someone's helping you nest, someone's helping you get nested and ready for the fall even. That feels good to me. Now, this card also speaks to the ability to give and receive. So that's good, because you're open this month to giving of yourself and of your time and of your gifts. And you're also open to receiving others giving of the same. And so that's really, really nice. It just feels to me like it's kind of a generous sort of month for you overall. The next card to come up for you is the Wish Fulfillment card. Now, what is better than that? Let me put this over here. These are the ones that I've read. These are the ones that I have not. What is better than the Nine of Cups? And that's in your challenge position. So basically, be careful what you wish for is the first thing that comes up when I see this card. Now, the other thing that comes up for me is that your challenge is to move forward in getting everything you want. It's not as if you haven't received a lot, or do not have the ability to get what you want, or haven't had the ability to get what you want. But can you get everything that you want? Can you have all of your emotional needs fulfilled? And so that's the question. You're open to receiving on a more material level, but you're wondering if this is really going to create complete and total emotional fulfillment for you. And it's all good this month. These are both really beautiful cards. Couldn't be better. They're minor arcana cards. They're speaking to the fact that this month you're wide open and ready to receive gifts and assistance even from others. You're willing to ask, they're willing to give, the door is open, everybody's joining in, everybody's happy, everybody's willing. And your challenge still with this, it's just like this little thing. It's like, oh, wow, I'm getting everything I want, but is this going to completely fill me up, this new situation? Now, in love, this is the Nine of Cups. So the challenge is to meet the goal of finding love at the highest possible level. And you're almost as if you are on a journey, on a quest, going out there to find that or to create that. It's all really positive, and it's almost as if you're like, hey, I have what I need and what I want, but I think I could even have more. I could even have beyond my wildest dreams more. And I'm feeling some of that for some of you. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, the World. This is truly exactly what Spirit is saying. This is a terrific month for you. This is a powerful major arcana card, and it speaks to everything that we have already been talking about, which is bringing together, it's the culmination of bringing together all of the forces and elements around you into one cohesive whole. So you could almost think of this card as a graduation card. This is the card where you actually complete the journey. You go to the next level. It's a card of victory. It's a card of celebration. It's a card of rebirth almost, because you've already achieved everything that you've needed to achieve where you are at this present moment. Achievement has come to fruition. Everything is at its highest and best, and you're ready to move forward, and you're ready to enter this entirely new paradigm, this new world, this new place, this new space, this new area in your life where you're feeling very fresh, young, new, because of your goals being accomplished. Now, perhaps at the beginning of the month, the reason why we're seeing the card of charity, giving and receiving of, is that there is a celebration of this achievement, and people see that you have worked very hard. They respect you. They know that you're getting exactly to where you said you were going to be, and they want to. Taurus part 2. And so, Taurus, to go back to all of the wonderfulness that a baby experiences. Taurus part 2. Taurus part 2. For you, Taurus, this is going to be a fantastic month. It couldn't be better. Middle of August, you will have received energy beyond your wildest dreams. Support, love, again, if your love language, going back to that, is of gifts, that will be fully realized. Also, if your partner or the person that you're interested in can commit that type of energy to the relationship, which would be showing you how much they appreciate you by going out and purchasing something that they know that you specifically like or need. Also, practical help, that is coming your way, and you're giving practical help in return to your partner. It all feels very good. Now, you two have each other's backs, and you see things in the same way, which means you support one another, and that support is freely given. Now, once again, the challenge is, could this be any better? Now, for Taurus, there's always a question of, am I creating the life that I want to create with the person that I'm with, within the bounds of how I feel, or the boundaries of how I feel secure and good. And this feels very good. At some level, unexpectedly, you realize that you do actually have it all, and that you have actually created exactly what it is that you want to live in, this sort of ideal world, this, and I keep hearing pasture. It's kind of like there's enough and you can relax a little bit. It's not a stop-start situation. You're not out there giving energy and then nothing in return is coming back to you. This is a constant, predictable source of energy going between the two of you. Or if you are not in relationship at the moment, you may find that this type of energy, this consistent energy, is what you're looking for in a partner. Someone who is almost predictable, I want to say, and is able to show you love that's practical, which means they're helpful, and they may even, as a physical card, they may even calm you down physically. And this can also mean back rubs, or just keeping the environment sane so that you can perform optimally. I'm hearing that as well. Now, this is also a person who will allow you to have, I want to say, a dinner party when you want to. Now, if you want to go out and enjoy your friends at a restaurant or at home, there may be a bit of a challenge with that because of this practicality that's going around you, or that is this energy that's flowing around you, challenged a bit with the practicality of that. And does that disrupt this energy flow? It feels very good, and the only thing I can see, or I'm hearing, is that there may be among the two of you a little bit too much routine, in the way that if you do every once in a while want to go outside of that, you might feel as if you're pushing on a boundary that both of you have set in place, but it doesn't feel stiff. It almost feels as if you're pushing on a big exercise ball. You know, you're like, wow, we're all in here in this bubble and we're all happy and everything is working, but what happens if we push beyond it? Will we be even happier? And can we push beyond it? I'm hearing some of that for you. It's just working really well. So moving beyond the world, which is this big round bubble globe that I see you, exercise ball, the two of you living within, the next card comes up, and that card's interesting. It's the Three of Pentacles. I'll show you this card because after we get our energy flowing in the same direction and we kind of understand how to work together, and everybody's feeling good because we're feeling protected via this predictability, this relationship. The source keeps giving, let's just put it that way, and you keep receiving, and it goes both ways. After that, there is a bit of planning involved. There may be the need to get on the same page, but not only with the two or just as a couple, but perhaps with an architect. When I say architect, I mean someone who can help you put a plan in place, the two of you moving forward, so that you both feel safe, sound, and secure. Now, you may actually find that this type of energy, this consistent flow, which makes you feel very grounded, could at times feel a little boring, maybe, or you know, once again, with that 9 in the challenge position, you want more. So what happens at that phase is that you go out and you look to build on to the relationship, to build an additional, even room, I'm hearing. you might be so happy in this situation that you feel good about planning the next phase. Now, that would be for people who are in relationship already. But now, if you are looking for relationship, you're starting to plan. You're starting to go out there and you're starting to make sort of lists, things that you would like to see in a partner. Now, collaboration also with others who know you and love you and know sort of how you jam. Now, if you go out with some friends, you might meet someone via the work that you do. This feels very organic. It does not feel like Twitter. Well, people meet on Twitter, but it doesn't feel like a Tinder online swipe left, swipe right. This is a more structured situation, even a social event, an occasion, a networking event where you could go and meet someone accidentally, trip over somebody perhaps. If there's a certification training that you need to take, I could see you meeting someone there. Maybe you exchange email addresses and continue a conversation. Also, I could see some of you even meeting this person at university in the fall. Now, this feels very much the beginning of the reading as if there's some stuff going on here which has to do with sort of wrapping things up and expectation moving into the fall. I see that pretty clearly, especially with this Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is expectation and wondering if there's even more. And then the World, of course, also graduation card all the way. So if you're moving on to university, you could be meeting someone in the dorm or your flatmate, or even if you are a teacher, if you're part of the organization, you could be meeting someone through the fall networking events. I'm hearing even fraternity parties, sorority parties, all of these things. These are ways to come together. Also, community organizations. I could see you meeting someone through your church, and oftentimes this brings to mind church, but also a building project, a fundraiser. And because we had that charity card in the upright in the beginning of the reading, this could point to the fact that that is where you are feeling at home, that you're invested in the community, you're invested in perhaps some level of club organization. That federation is something that you can put on your resume, for instance. This helps you move forward in your life, but it also could become a great place for you to meet someone who's like-minded, who understands how you roll. And that's kind of what this reading is all about. Finding the person who gets you and that you get, and that isn't too dramatic, because a lot of people go after the opposites, the opposite type, and we hear, oh, opposites attract. Well, it's exciting and there's a lot of drama and passion in that sometimes, but do we really want to try and align ourselves with someone who's 180 degrees opposite from us, is what I'm hearing. For you, I could see you, Taurus, really enjoying finding someone who you can wake up to in the morning every day, have a nice cup of coffee with, and know that they're heading off and doing their thing, and that they understand that you're headed off to do yours, and that you'll come back together, but there aren't any dramatic moments in between. Expectations are met, and on top of that, you're willing to meet expectation. And so this sweet, sort of nice flow can create something that feels very safe, logical, even though you're a pentacle. Bodily, it meets your needs, and your health and physical exercise and that type of thing even flows together. So if you're both physical or you both want to achieve better health, you can do that together. And there's so many really good reasons to find a partner who can kind of live with you and encourage you at the level that you want to be at, so you prop one another up. It's really pretty. Now, I wanted to mention that if you know your moon or your Venus, you should really check that out too, because oftentimes we can be a Taurus, but then what do you know? We've got Scorpio in our moon, which is a very deep emotional sign that can sway the reading a little bit. Or let's say, for instance, we had a double Taurian moon. That would mean that this reading would resonate even more. So check your natal chart out. There's a free Astro Danced link below. You can go and pull it and begin to learn what your chart has to say about you. Also, have some fun with your mate. Pull theirs up as well. Find out how the two relate. If you'd like an astrology chart wheel, we do natal charts, complete natal charts, which are beautiful, and you'll love them. It is a snapshot of the universe on the day that you were born, and it is unique to you only. It's amazing. Like a fingerprint, only you will have your exact chart. Also, we do compatibility charts. We'll pull up your chart, your person of interest chart. We'll put the two side by side and give you information on both of your snapshots, but also how they relate to one another. And so these are audio files. They're about 60 minutes long. The chart also, you'll receive full explanation and dialogue behind that. It's quite beautiful. And we've done quite a few, and people are really enjoying them. If you would like a personal and private reading, please go to avatrudyvirtualtarot.com and we will do an audio reading for you. All you have to do is send your question to myvirtualtarot@gmail.com after you purchase your reading. We do Skype, we do audio. Audio has been the most popular, I must say. Thing about Skype is sometimes there's a bit of delay, and that, within lip syncing, and if that drives you nuts, well, that's just a bandwidth thing. So, but if you like face-to-face, that is a new option. So I thank you for tuning in. This was a great reading. You guys are going to have a wonderful month. A lot of advice from Spirit. Spirit's basically kind of saying, hey, this is a type of person who you're really going to do well with. And if you're already with that person, keep working on it, because if you want to increase the drama, that's really not going to bring you a lot of happiness in the future. Love you very much, Taurus. Come back in the month of September. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more to say. Namaste.